We begin tonight with an Eyewitness News exclusive interview, a candid conversation with Bishop Thomas Tobin.
The crisis facing the Roman Catholic Church, priests sexually abusing children, church leaders covering it up. According to a grand jury investigation in Pennsylvania, more than 300 priests molested 1,000 children over a 70-year period.
Bishop Tobin was auxiliary bishop in Pittsburgh from 1992 to 1996. He was never contacted by the grand jury and says he never knew about abuse cases until after they came into the diocese.
And new tonight, he talks about the abuse of seminarians and calls for both the Pope and himself to resign. Do you feel that some people have totally lost trust and will never come back? And how do you fix that?
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I think some people have lost their trust in the church, have lost their trust in church leadership, and I have no doubt that some have left and probably will never be back.
Diocese of Providence Bishop Thomas Tobin tells me he's concerned for the welfare of the Catholic Church.
It's unprecedented to, ask for the Pope to resign and to level these charges against him. And it's unprecedented now that we see the outbreak of basically civil war in the church. Bishops saying one thing about other bishops, cardinals saying one thing and other cardinals saying something else, bishops accusing cardinals of lying. I mean, it's a new and very depressing and very dangerous ground for us. I don't know where it's going to go.
Former Vatican official Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano published an open letter for Pope Francis to resign for allegedly turning a blind eye to ex-Cardinal Theodore McCarrick's decades of sexual abuse and harassment against seminarians under his authority. One of the allegations has been sexual misconduct against seminarians. How do we go to change that culture?
It has to be a broad-based response, I think, on behalf of the church, including our seminary and application and vetting process.
All of you take a vow of celibacy. What do you do if you find out that some of your priests are not practicing that?
Well, again, if something comes to our attention, then we call the priest to talk about that and find out what's going on, if it's true, if it's a one-time event, if it's a ongoing relationship. We need to take that very, very seriously. If a priest gets involved in misconduct, whether it's sexual abuse or a sexual relationship with an adult, if it's misuse of church finances, if it's some other behavior, whenever we learn that a priest is involved in inappropriate behavior, we challenge that and do our best to address it.
There have been calls for you to step down and resign. Do you plan to do that?
No. First of all, I have no reason at this point to step down and resign. Why would I do that? Again, I think I've responded to these incidents very responsibly and very transparently. But I serve at the discretion of the Pope. If he ever wants me to resign, I'll go in a heartbeat.
Now, Bishop Robert Barron has been vocal about opening up church books and allowing lay people to get involved in the investigation, especially people who have expertise in forensics. Now, Bishop Tobin does agree that any new investigation should involve lay people because policing themselves would give the church leaders no credibility.
You know, when you have scandals like the one that's currently going on right now, you have to worry about whether people are still going to give to the church. Is Bishop Tobin concerned about finances?
Yeah, and he's got a capital campaign going on right now. He says he knows people are going to stay away. He hopes they continue to donate because of all the social services and education and helping the poor. That's where the money is going. You can watch my full interview with Bishop Thomas Tobin on our website, including the comments he made on the statute of limitations on sexual abuse cases. That's anytime on WPRI.com.